Hello everyone. These are errors on LG TV, and it was also very difficult to search for photos of errors. So I'm sorry if it's unclear the idea, and all the errors are mine. You can take it easy, but point me out. Enjoy watching. TV interference, not a very dangerous error. If you are not epileptic, occurs due to damage to the antenna, or cable defects. Also if the channel settings are off, but there can be many reasons. If you don't need the channel so much, it's okay. But if you do, it's best to go to repair. But you can check the channel settings or the antenna. You can also inspect the cable and plug or move electronic devices away from the TV. But I think the latter is unlikely to work. TV failure, the same as interference. But still, there are differences. For example, in interference on only one or a maximum of several channels of interference, and on TV failure at all. There is also no way to fix the problem yourself. You only need to wait for it to be fixed. If it takes too long, maybe it's not a TV failure, but the end warranty period. Approximately if TV failures persist for more than 2-3 weeks, then the end of the warranty period. Error 03 on LG, network error, means that the DNS server could not be found. Try to check if the network or internet is working on other devices, or set the DNS server manually in the TV settings. Error 106. This error occurs at a frequency of 5 GHz. To fix it, in the router settings, change the frequency from 5 GHz to 2.4 GHz. I warn you right away, this is not an image of this error, because I did not find anything. I will use this screen in errors to which I did not find an image. And now to the error. Error 105 occurs due to lack of access to the internet or a failure when converting the address. You need to set the DNS address manually. Errors 101 and 102. The same errors. There seems to be no difference. But this is not accurate. They mean that there was a failure in the server area of the internet provider. You just need to wait for the provider to get started. Errors 201 and 501 are also doubled errors that mean the same thing. They occur due to the lack of a signal. If there is one, then check the frequency and fix it by 2.4 GHz, or try to reset the router settings. Error 109, network error. There is no more information, just reconnect the TV to the internet. It is very similar to error 106. Error 300 occurs due to network errors. But even if you reconnect the TV to the internet, it will not fix. You need to go to the settings and disable IPv6. Error 137 occurs when trying to connect the TV to a wireless network. Just enter the code correctly or restart the TV and router. If this does not help, then delete the network from the TV's memory and connect again. Error 6003. If brackets or quotation marks are indicated in any of the channels, to fix it, you need to delete the channel. If this does not help, then you need to update the firmware. Error 200 usually occurs when trying to use voice search on the remote control. You need to disconnect the TV from the network for 5 minutes or more or update the TV software. Error 503 may occur in the application or in a web resource. You only need to wait until the developer fixes it. It can be a long time. Channels are not configured. It means that you do not have channels configured. If you just bought a TV, this is fine. But if it happened for no reason, then it's bad. Maybe while you were not turning on the TV, there was a failure, and the channels went astray. You need to configure the channels either automatically or manually. If you configure automatically or it doesn't work manually, then call the support service. I had this error 3 times. But now, everything is fine. Error 10001 occurs at the Rostelcom supplier when trying to pay for a tariff plan or buy additional content, which means that the money has not been credited to the personal account. You need to contact the support service. Error 20001 appears on the set-top box or the Wink application of Rostelcom subscribers. You should check the availability of the internet and restart the router. You should also make sure that the cable is connected correctly, or if this application dated. Error 20003 requires restarting all devices, LG TV, router, and Rostelcom set-top boxes. you need to make sure that the internet is working and update the Rostelcom application. Error 60005 means that you have no or unstable internet connection. Just check the router settings or make sure that it works correctly and does not fail. Error 60023 means that OCO will not work on your TV. Since OCO only works in Russia and Kazakhstan, if you are not in these countries, then you will not be able to use OCO. You only need to move. But if you are in these countries, then contact support. Error 503,000 means that the equipment is broken. You only need to call the wizard. Error 6 occurs at the Tricolor supplier, means that there is no access to the network. You need to reset the settings and reconnect. Error 21 also occurs on Tricolor, means that there is no internet access. Restart the TV and router. Error 0 means that you do not have access to viewing. Check the correct hardware settings and leave the receiver on and wait for 8 or less hours. Error VCO04 occurs on Eevee. Clear the application cache and restart the TV. YouTube playback error. You can turn off the TV from the power supply for 20 minutes. You can also update the application or the OS of the TV, or reinstall the application. Error when connecting the phone. If you try to duplicate the monitor via Wi-Fi Direct, then delete all previously saved devices. If this is not the case, then it is better to contact repair or try again. Rebooting does not seem to help. SSL error appears when opening an unreliable site or because of the wrong time. Set the time and time zone correctly. The second part will most likely not be, as these are essentially all the errors on LG TV. Thanks for watching. Bye to everyone.